What's up everyone? Before I get into it, we are using PerfDog to measure performance on the devices we are testing out, so thank you PerfDog. We've got the update to probably the coolest looking phone around. We have the Nothing 3A Pro on deck, and it's a really nice updated look for Nothing with a larger camera module and slightly cleaner transparent back design that shows off its internals. This is a beautiful phone, but we're here to find out how this fares through our gaming gauntlet of Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, Wuthering Waves with the Gamesir GA Plus, and PUBG Mobile on their highest settings possible with the phone's game boost. Performance-wise, the NothingPhone 3A Pro that we have is running the Snapdragon 7S Gen 3 for its CPU and Adreno 810 for its GPU, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, and everything plays out on a 6.77-inch, 120Hz flexible AMOLED Full HD Plus display, and lastly, it has a 5000 mAh battery. So before I kick things off, temperature checks. Looking at 26.7, nothing out of the ordinary on the camera module right now, and we're moving past the camera module. Everything is looking to be kind of consistent. Yep, nothing too funky. Let's move to the front over here. Starting from the top, where the front-facing camera is at 27.6. Alright, that seems to be doing okay. All good, nothing too funky, though it is heating up at the bottom. Look at that, 27.9 here, and it's like 28 over here. 20.7 I mean, look at that. Alright, but other than that, nothing too funky. Let's get into Genshin Impact. We are running Genshin Impact right now, but before we start anything, let's check settings real quick. Alright, so graphics wise, I've set everything to the highest, render resolution on high, shadow quality on high, visual effects on high as well, as you can see from the other two over here. SFX quality is on high, environment detail the highest, FPS on 60, that's the most we can go for this run. High on FPS, high on motion blur, on for bloom, anti-aliasing is TAA, high end crowd density, and co-op teammate effects doesn't really matter with this thing. But yeah, this is what we're working with today, and of course, we are using the game boost, which is found right here. So, let's get into Genshin. Before we start anything, so far, that line hasn't been super consistent. Consistent yes, but we're not hitting like a good 60 FPS, we're hitting 40 right now. So we're about 20 FPS below what we want. Let's swap things around and see if that causes any huge dips. So far so good. It's a consistent 40. Nothing else. Yep. Consistent 40. We're not really seeing the phone being able to push further than what we currently have, but you know, let's run through the city to see how it's like. And as we're running, it is going under 40 to 38 FPS. Things are rendering in right now. What else you got? 41.1. Alright. 40 as you run through. Right? Little strike here. They're right now at like 4 FPS. Honestly, with how affordable this phone is, it's really good enough that we're reaching a consistent 40 FPS and not anything lower. Even if we're swinging our sword around, this thing is still working out pretty much fine, even though we are maxing out the settings for this phone with the game mode on. So let's get into some commissions and see how this phone fares in open world stuff. It is kind of pushing above 40 now. It's like 47-ish, almost pushing for 50. This is the same kind of performance that we're getting throughout our playthrough so far. Even though we're running around, this phone is still kind of holding at a steady 38 to 40 FPS. Right, ulti. Let's go. So far, so good. I mean, it is staying consistent at 40 FPS, just that it just won't go higher, but even doing combat, it's still about 41 FPS right now. I'm just surprised with how well it's holding up, rather than even being consistent with its performance. Alright, let's go. Alright, here we go. Even with the ultis and everything, you know, this thing is actually holding up pretty damn well. One from Dalu. even with all the mobs that we have around us right now, this phone is still handling itself pretty well. Oh, that look is taking a lot of hits. Go. Ulti. Sorry, it is going to get dark in game right now. Here we go. And that's one down. Still one more to go. Should be able to take him down relatively easy with the hacker. And there we go. I think it's just interesting to see that the Snapdragon 7S Plus, which is apparently, you know, relatively new in the Snapdragon lineup, it's holding itself pretty well with that Adreno 810 chip inside. And still, we haven't really gone down to below 40 or even below 30 FPS. It has been very consistent throughout the fight so far. And with that, I think we can move on to the Spiral Abyss. Alright, we've been playing for about 10 minutes right now. And so far, the phone has been very consistent. Not the best performing in terms of, you know, FPS, but in terms of consistency so far with all the games that we played so far. Okay, let's just say that again. Alright, so we are about 10 minutes into the game run. Alright, so we're about 11 minutes into the run with Genshin Impact. And so far the phone is very consistent with everything that it's been doing, even though, you know, it's not 60 FPS, but keeping to about 40 to about 38 FPS, this one is holding up pretty well. One more hit, and we're good. And let's just get these dudes over here. Alright, big one for funsies. And here we go, we're going to be hitting this bit over here first. I did not see that guy. The main thing is we're taking all these archers to see he chills out first. Come on, let's go. And let's get this guy. Let's get this other guy over here. Let's get this last guy over here, I believe. Almost last guy. Here we go. And let's get this last guy. Right. About no. Right, and that is it for Genshin Impact. We're about 13 minutes into the game. Let's check temperatures real quick. Alright, so let's check the front over here. It's going to be 35.9, which honestly for a phone like that, I'm just quite surprised that, again, thermal management has been improving in phones over the last year or so. And if you can see that, you know, with Genshin Impact on these kind of phones usually, you know, slightly more affordable phones, this is doing pretty damn well. Again, we're not getting 60 FPS, but we're getting a very almost consistent 40 FPS, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider that, you know, the people that but I'll rather the phone having a consistent FPS rate compared to, you know, having one that's high but choppy. But yeah, so far thermals has not even reached out to 40 degrees Celsius. That's pretty good stuff. Nothing. 35.2, 34.5 on the camera module over here as we start from the top, and as we get lower, 35.2, 36.5, 36.3, and we get even lower, it's still about 35. Oh, wait, what? It's still 35? Holy crap, yeah, it's still below 35. And as we go higher, it gets up higher as well. 35.6, the hottest should be 36.3 degrees Celsius. Wow. Okay, that's some really cool thermal management. Nothing. I was not expecting this level. I mean, yeah, sure, performance-wise, you know, it can't hit 60 FPS on all the high settings, yes. But these numbers here, yeah, this is great. Look at that. After about 13 minutes of gameplay. Alright, so let's move on to our next game, Zenless Zone Zero. Before we start Triple Z, let's check temperatures on the phone real quick. I literally just ended the segment with Genshin Impact, so let's just check to see how quickly this phone has cooled down in a matter of moments. 35.5, 35.9, 36, 36, 35.3. As we get lower, it gets lower as well, which means most of the stuff is right here. 35.1, 35.9, 34.4, and yeah, that's pretty quick for it to cool down like that. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but you know, cooling is still cooling, and it doesn't feel as warm as it did just now. 34.9, 35.9. Oh, this has dropped quite a bit already. 36. As you get lower, it gets higher. Okay, that's not the case. 34.6, 35. Oh. 35.5. Yeah, this is some really special stuff here. Nothing. Really cool stuff. Alright, so with that, let's get into Zenless Zone Zero. Alright, so we're in Zenless Zone Zero right now. Let's just check our graphics settings real quick before we start anything. Alright, so for graphics, I've set everything to the highest, of course. Rendering on high, TAA turned on for anti-aliasing, high shadows, ultra FX quality, 60 FPS, high character quality, high environment quality, enabled, volumetric fog enabled, bloom has been enabled as well, and yeah, that's about it. And of course, the phone has been set to performance mode. Alright, so we are here in 6th Street right now. Let's just stroll down the street to see if we can pick up any huge drops in performance. Usually when we hit this crossroad right here, things will start dipping down, but so far it is rising up. Look at that. We're kind of at like a 45 FPS to 50 FPS right now when it comes to how consistent the phone's performance is looking to be, so that's all right. And now let's sprint it back all the way back down to the end of the street. So far it is kind of dropping to what, to 39, but right now we're back to 43, 47, 46, and yeah, 47. So when we're running like that, let's just run through the street one more time. It is actually dropping that FPS again, and now it's going back up, especially when you hit that middle part, of course. So after Genshin Impact, I have a good idea of how this phone would run, but I do want to see how this will handle characters like Miyabi, you know, who are very, very graphically intensive because of their animations. Okay, it's looking to start at 60, we're back down to 40. Oh boy, we're down at like 18 and 16. Ooh. Alright, that's rough. 25, 27. Again, you know, we are playing on the high settings with a Snapdragon 7S Gen 3, so you gotta manage your expectations a little bit, of course, but this is still serviceable for its generation. And again, you know, we are playing on the high settings. Okay, it's handling Miyabi stuff pretty okay. Oh, that's my bad. That's also my bad. Alright, here we go. No! Nice. So far, so good, I guess. I hope. Let's see how this handles an ulti. That looked pretty okay. That's alright, I think. I mean, it didn't go below like 20 for that one. So still not too bad, in my eyes at least. Here we go. Nice. Ulti with even. So far, so good. Nice. Our ulti with Jane. Alright, let's go. Alright, Jane again. Abby. So far still doing A-okay. I like to think. Nice. I mean, we will definitely win this match. It's just a matter of, how fast we can get it. But because of the performance of the phone, I am kind of lacking a little bit. Nice. And that's a wipeout. Nice. So far, I mean, like, we've seen some of the worst performance, but again, it's a Snapdragon 7S Gen 3. So honestly, with a Adreno 810, I think this phone is holding up a lot better than one would think. So let's just do one more round. Come on. Alright, increase damage, let's go. Come out swinging. Bam. I mean, for what it's worth, it is performing A-okay. I like to think so. Nice. Here we go. Let's get him. Right, here's he. Ooh, look at that, 34. So we add it again. That should be kind of enough, I guess. We are almost there in getting this guy. Alright, run. He's gonna jump first. Oh, he's not gonna jump. Interesting. Nice. That miss input actually kind of saved me a little bit. Alright, that didn't save me at all. Ulti, we get some stuns in. Oh, nice. That's my fault. I'm not super paying attention. Alright, ulti. And let's go with Ellen. Alright, Miyabi. So close, Shark Blue, let's go. Alright, Miyabi. Almost there. Charge up. And that's it. So we've played about 11 minutes of Zenless Zone Zero so far. And performance is kind of what you get, but I think in some ways it's doing better than Genshin, and in some ways it really isn't. But so far it's kind of consistent, I guess. But yeah, let's just check temperatures after 11 minutes of gameplay. Alright, so starting with the top over here, this is where the front cam is at. Alright, looking at some of the high numbers right now, 39.5, 3.4, 3.7, 3.3, 36.4. Look at that. And it's getting lower as we go lower down the phone. Same thing as just now. But this is the highest number I've seen so far. And honestly, for a Snapdragon 7S Gen 3, I think it's handling itself pretty well. It's not going past 40 or anything with temperatures. At least, what we're seeing from the front. And is that rising? Oh no, it's not. It's kind of staying over there. So 39 is the highest that we've seen so far. Let's check the back. 35.8, 37 around the edges over there. 35.5, 35.6. And as you get lower and lower, 36.3. And it gets even lower the lower we go. I mean, honestly, yeah, the back doesn't feel as warm as the front because it's a screen, but running Zenless Zone Zero on the highest settings with performance mode on, I think this phone is actually doing pretty damn well with thermal management. Look at that. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. Holy crap. This generation of phones honestly have such a way with thermal management that you don't really have to buy one of those fans anymore, but if you're a hardcore mobile gamer, I think you should. But yeah, These scores are crazy. And before we get into Wuthering Waves with the Gamesir GA+, here's a message from our friends at Secretlab. At Geek Culture, Secretlab is our everyday ergonomic buddy. Whether we're making videos, writing up a storm, or gaming for hours on end, we are comfortably seated and feel right at home without the aches and pains. Secretlab provides ergonomic support from head to toe, with a dynamic lumbar support system that adapts to your movements along with a proprietary medium foam cushioning that optimizes pressure distribution. They even have accessories like the ergonomic recliner add-on to keep your legs elevated and well rested at any angle you like. For more information, check out secretlab.co. Alright, so we are going to get started with Wuthering Waves, but before that, let's just check settings real quick. Alright, so we're going to get started with Wuthering Waves in a bit. Let's just check our temperatures before we start. I went for like a good 5-minute-ish type break, so let's see how fast this phone is. So let's see how much this phone has cooled down so far. 26.3 at the top here, where the camera module is at. 26. Alright, 27.4. Just below the camera module. 27.6, 27.5. And yeah, so far so good. The camera module is about 26.2 to 25.9. Sorry, the other way around, you know what I mean. 26.3, and the rest of it's 27.5, which is interesting to see. Let's just turn it around for the front over here. Alright, starting from the top. 28, 27.7, 27.9, 28.2, and as we go lower, the number is 20.4. Alright, 20.2. It's getting slightly lower, and there we go. So 27 is kind of our baseline here, and the screen is about 28. So I mean the top bit over here. So with that, let's get to Wuthering Waves with the Gamesir GA+. So we are in Wuthering Waves right now, and I've got the phone on the Gamesir GA+. The Nothing 3A Pro is a bit of an issue because of the huge camera module on the back, or just it's the thing with phones with huge camera modules. They can't really fit in these kind of phones, but so far it's been quite snug in there, and I don't think it's damaging it as long as I don't put like a lot of pressure into the controller as I'm playing. So with that, we're going to be rolling with this for now, and before we start gaming, let's just check our settings. Okay, so I've set everything to the highest in Wuthering Waves. We have high resolution, we have 60 FPS, special effects quality is on high, FSR is turned on, ultra high shadow quality, LOD bias, anti-aliasing is turned on, bloom has been turned on, crowd density is on high, enemy hit flash has been turned on as well, damage numbers have been turned on, physics-based animation has been turned on as well. And yeah, that's about it. And of course, we have the boost mode, the performance mode turned on as well. So with that, let's get into Wuthering Waves. Alright, so we are in the city right now at night, and so far so good. I mean, it's the same with Genshin, except this thing, I think, as you've seen with other phones, this game is the new killer. This game is the one that will test the phone's quality all the way through. Look at that. Zipping across the skyline right now, that went down by like 4 FPS before we recovered back to 30. We are hardly hitting a consistent 40 right now, let alone a 60 or 50. As we're zipping around here at various distances. Look at that, 35, 36. As we get higher with more things rendering in, we're only at like 39, and it takes a while for the phone to stabilize, but so far it's okay, I guess. It's serviceable. You can get some gaming out of this thing with Wuthering Waves, but let's just walk around the city to see how well it does with crowds. Alright, so I changed up the time again, and as you can see in the day, it's about the same as the night, and let's just run through the city. Alright, as we go down, we're dropping a bit here and there. 29 FPS, 27 FPS when we're around people. Let's keep running around. Oh boy, can't wait to see how this thing does in combat. But so far so good. I mean, like, this is what you're gonna get in the city at least. I can't imagine what combat is like, or rather, I have a good idea. I just want to see how it pans out. So let's just get into some combat.
Leave it to me.
Alright, here we go. Here we go.
Really nice, will ya? It's market time.
Oh boy.
Target confirmed.
Get the sound.
Stay put. Saw that coming. Has come.
Oh my god, he's down already. Nice.
One with the sound. You will
And here we go with the ulti. So ulti, that's actually pretty damn smooth. Wow, 50 FPS? We're getting a consistent 50 FPS in this thing. That's crazy.
It's more than time.
Here we go. Nice. Well timed, I guess.
One with the sound.
I mean, so far, I mean, it's for some reason in this arena, it's hitting a good 40, even 50 FPS, which is very surprising. Here we go.
Think you can catch up?
Alright, and that's done. And I think this is one of the better performances we've seen so far. Wow. Okay, for some reason, Wuthering Waves is kind of... Okay. Hold on. To be fair, it's an arena style combat type thing. That's why, because there aren't a lot of things to render in. That's why we're kind of hitting, kind of good numbers and consistency when it comes to this boss fight compared to, Zenless and Genshin. But still, this thing is... Wuthering Waves does not play around when it comes to performance. Oh, my bad. So I'm just surprised that it's panning out so well. Let's just get into another fight and then we can call it a day on Wuthering Waves.
Let's
Alright, here we go. It's another boss fight. But so far so good. I mean, even with this fight over here, out in the wild, that's not, like the last one. I'm still doing pretty okay.
One with the sound. Embracing change.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's more than time.
Nice.
You will
Ulti.
One with the sound. Leave it to me. Rejuvenate
Ulti again.
yourself.
Okay, that's like 24 right now. That's not great, but still. Oh boy.
It's more than time. Watch it work.
Ulti.
No biggie.
Oh, okay, that was pretty bad. Nice, and that is done. Sickening stuff. Let's absorb that. So far, I mean, like with, at least with, okay, let's just hit these guys real quick. See how it's like, the fighting enemies in the open. So far, 24 FPS, that's not looking very good. Alright, sound. Just delete that guy first. There we go. Very nice. Let's keep hitting him.
One with the sound.
Sound time. Alright, bring it out.
Embracing change.
Alright, just one more guy. We got the big guy already. Almost there. And yeah, that's done. Nice. I'm going to revive some people here and there. And we had that big dude as well. Oof, that was kind of a tough fight. I have no idea how to revive her, which I'll find out after this, but I think we can call it a day for Wuthering Waves. With, you know, so far so good. The performance has been kind of consistent in its own way throughout the last 3 engagements. So let's just check temperatures for this one. 37, 38.2 at the front where the front-facing camera is at. 38.5. Wow, these are pretty low numbers for Wuthering Waves. This phone it's full of surprises. Look at 38.1, 37.5, 36.6, 36.8, 35.6 as we go lower, 34, and 33.2. Yeah, this one actually does very well with thermal management. The highest being 38 so far. Okay, no, I think the highest was 39 with Zenless, and 38, but 38 for Wuthering Waves is quite interesting to see because usually it's at least 40 or 39 or higher than that. Let's check the back over here, starting with the bottom for this one. 30 degrees, 31.5, 32.3, 28. Oh, okay, no, that was a fluke. 32.5, 32.9. We're just below the camera module right now, 33.6. And the back over here, we're going around the camera module, 32.6, 33.7, 36.5. Still okay. These are great numbers. 32.9, 33.6. Yeah, look at that. The back is not hot at all. However, you know, except for the top half of the screen, which I'm guessing that's where the chip is at, but I'm just surprised that the camera module is still relatively cool and the area around it as well. And before I forget, we've been playing Wuthering Waves, or you know, rather shooting with it for the last 18 minutes or so, and these are the temperatures that you're looking at. So that's some pretty impressive stuff that nothing else going on under the hood. With that, let's move on to PUBG Mobile. We just ended Wuthering Waves and we are going to be starting with PUBG Mobile in just a moment. Let's check temperatures on the phone. I literally just ended Wuthering, so let's see how fast this phone takes to cool down. That 36.1, it was 38 a minute ago. Wow. And as you go lower, 36, that number just keeps getting smaller. 33, 35.4, 34.9, 33.8. This was 38 like a minute ago. Damn. Okay. Even for a phone like the Nothing 3A Pro, even for the Nothing 3A Pro, you know, this honestly is some of the best thermal management I've seen this year so far. Okay. Even for the Nothing 3A Pro, this is one of the better phones I've seen with the Nothing 3A Pro. The Nothing 3A Pro so far is one of the phones with, you know, some of the best thermal management so far. Hold on, what the fuck? The Nothing 3A Pro so far has some of the best thermal management. Look at that. It's dropping right now as we speak. That's really cool to see. Pun intended. Let's check temperatures at the back, starting with the bottom over here. 30.7. Look at that. That's kind of insane. 33.2. The camera module's like 31. It was like 36 or 35 just now. Like a minute ago. Look at that. The sides are about 33.6 and 33.6. Yeah. Alright, so we're in PUBG right now. Let's just check our settings real quick. Graphics have been set to smooth. Frame rate is set to extreme. That's about it. So let's just get into a match. Alright, so far so good. On PerfDog, we're getting a steady 60 FPS. I mean, it is PUBG, but it can surprise us, especially with the current phone that we have in its setup. So let's see how this fares. Alright, in 3, 2, 1. So far so good as we are descending. Only dropping about 1 FPS here and there. Oh, 4 FPS, wow. As I'm spinning the camera around. We're kind of dropping here and there, but so far so good. Let's just keep going. Almost there. Almost, and drop. Drop. As we're descending, they're like 6 FPS, wow. Yeah, we are kind of screwed. Let's go here and then we'll work our way into the boot camp. I guess we will recall him later on. We got this guy over here. That guy's down. He's dead. Very nice. I mean, honestly, it's a really good size to be playing PUBG with. Oh. Do need that. Don't need that. Keep moving. Move through this entire area over here. I do not have sights. Oh, there is a shotgunner somewhere out here. That is a scary sound. Need that. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's close. You can find a mystery shotgun over there. I'm down. God damn it. Alright. So with that, I don't think this guy's able to revive us, so we're just gonna scoot on over and try again. Oh, yep, he's dead. So far, yeah, FPS is kind of dropping whenever we hop out of the plane. Alright, I'm gonna get us right above it. And we're gonna dip in 3, 2, 1 right now. We're dipping. You know, straight in. And if this doesn't work out, we're calling it a day. We got one guy on that building over there. Oh, he missed the jump. Okay, nice. We won't miss this one. Hit the big one over here. Run in. Guns. Guns. Oh, that was lucky. I have no idea where the shots came from. I'm guessing that building over there. Where are they firing from? Okay, I see him. Oh, god damn it, I got third party. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much PUBG for this round. Bad runs, but so far so good. That's the kind of performance we're looking at right now. Things are not exactly a consistent 60, but they can drop down to like what, 55, 54 even 40 in some cases, but for the most part it's around 55 to 60 FPS when it comes to PUBG Mobile. With that, let's just check temperatures for this game. We've been playing for about 10 minutes now. Let's check it out. Starting with the top over here where the front cam is at, 35.4. 10 minutes of gameplay with PUBG Mobile. Not too bad. 34.6. Easy numbers for this game. And honestly, I'd say this is a great size for people who just want to play PUBG. This is a great size for other games like Mobile Legends. It's good in hand, but you know, again, with the camera module on this end, you might want to get a case to level it out a little bit. But besides that, it's doing great. Thermal management has been amazing so far. Let's check temperatures for the back. Over here, starting with the camera module, 34.1, 33, 33.4. That's cool. The sides over here, the skirt things, 34-ish, and 33.7, 34. And as we hit below the module over here, 33.8, 33.7, 32.6. Yeah, that's a 32, 33. Go lower. 32.9, and yeah, 31.7, 36, 30.6. I mean, look at that. Great thermal management. Doesn't matter what game you play. Even with Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero, this phone has been doing the most. Even though, you know, it's not exactly the best so far with performance because, you know, it is using a Snapdragon 7S Gen 3. This phone is putting the work in. So with that, let's get into my final thoughts. The NothingPhone 3A Pro is in some ways a truly affordable powerhouse when it comes to gaming. The Snapdragon 7S Gen 3 and Adreno 810 pairing, interestingly enough, is able to get a consistent 40 FPS for the likes of Genshin and Wuthering Waves, even though Zenless Zone Zero brought numbers down to 14 and 12 FPS if I remember right. The chip still managed to drag those numbers up to a serviceable frame rate. Again, all the games except PUBG of course have been set to their highest settings. If the phone is able to achieve such consistency outside its league, imagine how it'll be like when it's back in its lane. Besides that, the most impressive thing about the phone is its thermal management. Usually for more affordable phones, Wuthering Waves alone will be heating them up, especially with the graphics being set all the way up. But that's not the case for the Nothing 3A Pro because temps never went past 40 degrees Celsius, and what's more is that the phone starts cooling down pretty much immediately once the app has been closed. Another thing to note is that on the controller front, you're best using a controller with a vertical clamp or just propping it up against a book or wall. The camera module will get in the way depending on what kind of controller you are using. But without the controller, 6.77 inches is a great and comfortable size to play with in hand. Overall, the NothingPhone 3A Pro should be the best in class for phones in its price range, best in style, and probably performance as well. It is a certified classic. Would you be getting the Nothing 3A Pro? Let me know in the comment section below. Leave your questions there too if you do have any, and we'll do our best to get to them. If you like what we do, make sure to follow us on all of our socials right here and maybe leave a like and hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way. If you want to see more stuff, check this out.